As you said, God is glorious. It also means God is light. And light is not something that we find and put in our pocket. Light is something that we always go toward, right? So that's why the first principle of the Baha'i faith is independent search for truth. Independent search for truth. So search for truth is something that we do all our lives. And as we search for it, we refine it, we keep refining it. Unfortunately, in the world that we see today, we are Muslims or Christians or Hindus or whatever we are because our parents were so, not because we search for ourselves. So that's why the first principle of the Baha'i faith is independent search for truth. We all have to search. We all have to search. Now, the topic that I chose to just share with you some thoughts about is what is our goal in life. Before I say anything, I'd like you to reflect on this. What is my goal in life? What is my mission? Why am I here for? So think about it for a second, for yourself. What's your goal and what's your mission in life? What's your goal and what is your mission in life? Well, this question was asked from the founders of the Baha'i faith, Baha'u'llah, and then his eldest son who that we followed after he passed away, Abdul Baha. When Allah was asked this question, he said, your mission in life should be, your mission and your goal in life should be, what do you think? Serving the entire human race. We all have all kinds of goals, right? I want to go to school, I want to get married, I want to have this house, I want to have this job, which is all fine. But these are all secondary, right? I hope whatever religion you come from, whatever background you have, think about this vision that Baha'i faith gives us. Our mission in life should be serving the entire human race. Of course, easier said than done. Then all our lives we have to keep searching as to how can I accomplish this goal. Actually, Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith, said the same phrase but a little differently. He said, a true human being is one who serves the entire human race. So our mission, our vision is clear. And Baha'i faith looks at religion in its totality. We believe there is one religion, right? There is one religion which has come through the ages to educate mankind. But as time passes, we human beings forget. And because we forget, God comes again in the form of a new manifestation. And that coming again is important because we forget. And what happens when we forget? What happens when we forget? We divide, right? There was one Jesus, but there are hundreds of sects, right? We have Catholics and Protestants and Baptists and Methodists and all the rest of it, right? One Jesus, but now divided. So he was one, And his mission is one and the same as Baha'u'llah, to educate the human race, to bring us all together, to create love and harmony. But as time passes, we forget. So it has to be renewed. And not only it has to be renewed, it has to be updated. Because we mature, right? We grow up as human beings, we grow up. And as we grow, we don't go to the same class again, right? First class, second class, we go to school, we go to universities, and so on. And then we have to study all through our lives. And so it is with religion. Religion must be renewed. So going back to our goal of serving the entire human race, as I was listening to these beautiful prayers and meditation, I was thinking that whatever I wanted to say has already been said so beautifully. But it doesn't hurt to repeat, right? Because this repetition, I had one of the small books of Baha'u'llah that I always carry. As you said, there are so many writings in the Baha'i faith, but this is one of the smallest writings of Baha'u'llah. We should all carry it in our pocket. That same vision is renewed for mankind. That same vision. Because, from the Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament, Quran, you always hear that man is made in the image of God, right? But have you thought about it as to what it means? Man is made in the image of God. Man is not material, right? Man is a spirit. I mean, God is spirit and is spiritual. And God wants man, God wants us to become like Him. The spiritual man is made in the image of God. But are we made, is it the way we are now in the world today? Essentially we are, but we have forgotten it, right? All these racial differences and national differences and all the fights, all the animosities, all the aggressive competition, right? Everybody is there for himself, right? That's not God. That's not us, because we're part of God, right? So we need to be purified. God wants us to be purified, become one with Him. And then we can serve the entire humankind. Because if you're racist, if you're nationalist, if you're sexist, and there are lots of those in this world, right? It's not them. Because essentially we're all one. We're all from the same God. We are pure inside, but we are defiled because of what we see in this world. So in order to serve the entire humankind, in order for that to become our mission, our vision, in order for that to become our vision for the rest of our lives, we have to come back to the essence of who we are. In order for us to come back to the essence of who we are, we need to go back to the writings, to the scriptures, but particularly to the writings of Baha'u'llah, because it is the same thing renewed for mankind for today. You read it, you reflect on it, you see the purity and the vision of it. Again, the same thing that you saw in the Bible, man is made in the image of God. Baha'u'llah says, veiled in my immemorial being and in the ancient eternity of my essence, I knew my love for thee, therefore I created thee, have engraved on thee mine image, and revealed to thee my beauty. Same thing as man is made in the image of God. But Baha'u'llah is saying it over and over again in so many different languages until we can totally absorb it, until we can totally feel it, until it becomes part of us, so that we won't feel superior to anybody else, so that we won't feel that I'm better than anybody else, right? So that I can feel I can ask God so that I can be the servant of everybody. Because there's always this danger of me feeling I'm better, I'm more educated, I'm this, I'm that, and the other one is not, right? That's the end of it. Then we cannot serve the entire human race. We have to be humble. We have to be His servant and my fellow human being servant. If we do that, then we are part of God. Otherwise, we are away from Him. I want to share with you a couple of more passages from the writings of Baha'u'llah, and then we'll reflect on it together. We'll think of it together. Then we can think again as to how can I make my mission the same mission that Baha'u'llah wants us to have, serving the entire human race. As long as I'm only serving myself for my own selfish needs, that's not me, which is part of God. That's my lower self, right? My lower self wants me to advance myself over others. My higher self wants me to be the servant of others. That's all what we all want to be, right? That's all we all want to become. So that to make the world a better world. So that to make this world the paradise, the heaven on earth that Jesus promised and Baha'u'llah promised. Baha'u'llah says, "Thou art my lamp," it tells the human being, that thou art my lamp, and my light is in thee. God says that His light is in all of us. Get thou from it its radiance, from that light which is inside us, which is part of God. He says, get that light from that light that is inside of you. And seek none other than me. Just go back to the source, go back to that light that is inside of you, and get real inspiration from that. Then again he says, I have created thee rich, and have bountifully shed my favor upon thee. So we are essentially noble, right? We are essentially good. We are essentially part of God. And then the reason why we come here together is to bring us back to that essence. And when we do that, then we can serve the entire humankind. I created thee rich. Why dost thou bring thyself down to poverty, right? When we are filled with animosities and strife and competition and being better than others and advancing ourselves over others, this is when we are down to poverty, right? But God has created us rich. Noble I made thee. We are all made noble. We are all part of God. Wherewith dost thou abase thyself. We bring ourselves down when we hate somebody else, when we fight against somebody else, when we try to hoard money for ourselves and just care less about others. That's not. The beautiful prayer was read at the very beginning of this session. I thought that I'd like to say that prayer again, sort of conclude with that. And just spend a few more remaining minutes reflecting on that beautiful prayer. Sort of read it sentence by sentence and think about it. You remember that prayer which was read? O God, thou art kind to all. That's what was read there. Thou hast provided for all. Dost shelter all, conferrest life upon all. Thou hast endowed each and all with talents and faculties, and all are submerged in the ocean of thy mercy. We have to become part of that ocean of His mercy. merge with each other in love and harmony and unity. That's how we can bring peace on earth as it is in heaven. That's what Baha'u'llah is teaching us again. Renewing that word, that same message, but renewing it for today. So we can go again, like the early Christians across the globe, and bring this message of love and unity and total harmony, because the world is divided. Baha'u'llah teaches that all religions are one, all nations are one. O thou kind Lord, unite all. Let the religions agree. Just see all the animosities among religions. I have the truth. Let's burn the Quran. Let's do this. Let's do that. Then demonstration on the other way. We hate these guys. We hate that. That's not God, right? If there's one God, there's one religion, right? There's one God. He doesn't bring religions which are in conflict with one another. That's why Baha'u'llah says it's progressive revelations. One religion comes after another, complementing the previous one. Not being opposed to that, because that's not God. So let the religions agree and make the nations one, right? All these borders are man-made. I'm American, I'm number one. I'm Iranian, I'm this, I'm that. God has made one world, and we're all members of the same family, right? That's what Baha'u'llah wants. We have to make it part of our psyche. It's not only talking about it, right? It has to be part of our psyche that we are one race. We are one family. We are one religion. If we can truly do that, then we are Baha'is. Then we can teach the faith. If there is anything remains which is vague here, well, I believe part of it, but not totally in equality of races, but believe some of it, but not equality of all nations. We're not totally Baha'is, right? So we have to first teach ourselves, put aside all these prejudices and superstitions and dogmas, and become noble. Noble have I created thee. Truly become noble inside, then we can truly teach. Let the religions agree and make the nations one, so that they may see each other as one family. That's the wish of the Baha'i faith. Not the wish, only the wish, it's the vision. And that will come to pass. Make each other as one family and the whole earth as one home. May they all live together in perfect harmony. You think that's possible? It is possible because Baha'u'llah says so. And it's possible because we have seen all these advances. It was a little over 100 years ago that North and South were fighting, right? So at least now we have United States. In that respect, it's harmonized, right? From only 60 years ago when all the European nations were fighting against one another. Now at least we have European Union, so we have come a long way. But we still have a long way to go. May they all live together in perfect harmony. O God, raise aloft the banner of the oneness of mankind. This is our vision, this is our mission, this is our goal. And whether you have now declared as a Baha'i or not, let's make it our vision and our mission and work toward it with every cell of our body. With every cell of our body. You know, if it's not every cell of our body, then we'll get sick. Many times when we get really physically sick, it is because the cells of our body are not in harmony. They're fighting against one another. O God, raise aloft the banner of the oneness of mankind. O God, establish the most great peace. We are asking God, but we are His agents. We are made in the image of God. When He says, "Oh God," He means us, to cement our hearts together, to become one. then we can do it. The house divided falls, right? We have to become harmonized ourselves. First within ourselves, then within our family, then within our community as Baha'is, then with the whole world. O thou kind Father, gladden our hearts through the fragrance of thy love. You know, that love cements the hearts together. Without love, everything disintegrates. Brighten our eyes through the light of thy guidance. That's why we have to carry books like this as our guidance. Read it every day. It should be a couple of dollars. I hope they have it. They're in the bookstore. They have. Please, if they don't have, buy it and put it in your pocket. Go through these passages. All of it, man is made in the image of God. Same thing said in the Bible, but renewed for this age in hundreds of passages so that we can practice it. It becomes part of us. Then we can change the world. Otherwise, it's just beautiful words. O thou kind Father, gladden our hearts through the fragrance of thy love. Brighten our eyes through the light of thy guidance. This is his guidance. Delight our ears with the melody of thy word. And this is the melody of his word. Are these prayers beautiful? It touches your heart, doesn't it? No matter what background you have. It touches you to the core of your being. And when it really touches you, then you're transformed. And you can transform the world. It's your mission. Becomes your vision, mission and vision. Delight our ears with the melody of thy word, and shelter us all in the stronghold of thy providence. Thou art the forgiving, and thou art the one who overlooketh the shortcomings of all mankind. Yes, we all have shortcomings. We're not perfect. If we were perfect, we would have been God. But then in spite of all these shortcomings, we can see that beauty, right? We can all see the sun. And that sun of reality shines upon all of us. Poor or rich, educated, uneducated. This country, that country, man, woman, black or white, it's all the same. And that's our vision, that's our mission. That's what we want to be. So I hope that as we leave today, we always remember that our mission and our vision is oneness of the human race. And we want to be part of that beautiful vision. Thank you.